It's December 25, Christmas Day. Welcome to the special edition of Storycon, the Story Conference. I'm Ed Lingao. Ngayong Pasko, balikan po natin ang pinakamalaking istorya ng taon, ang Flood Control Project scandal. In this episode, we bring back our interviews with newsmakers on the massive corruption in infrastructure contracts. Please watch this.
We are talking to Ombudsman Boying Remulla. Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Magandang hapon sa inyo.
Thanks for coming back on the show, Ombudsman. Okay, I'll kick it off. And let's start with the latest news, which is has to do with the cabinet shakeup, Ombudsman. Si E.S. Bersamin and former DBM Secretary Amena Pangandaman were, of course, name-dropped by Zaldi Co. But even before the videos that he posted on social media, na-mention na rin po si E.S. Bersamin by former USEC Roberto Bernardo. Have you started looking into them or will you?
I was just in a meeting with USEC Bernardo a while ago to clarify the statements. And I was with the people of the Witness Protection Program of the DOJ and some of the assistant ombudsmen of this office. And we are already vetting the statements of Mr. Bernardo regarding this matter. And let the axe fall where it may. That is the mandate given to us, and we'll investigate it and prosecute people when the evidence shows that they may be liable for something.
So, but to be clear, so far at this point, wala pa po kayong nahanap or wala pa po kayong nakikitang evidence linking them to the flood control scandal?
Well, the statement of USEC Bernardo is not really surprising because I had my suspicions already before about the activities of Undersecretary Adrian Bersamin. He was already in my radar for a long time, and it's Try-Give that I just got to learn about later on, Try-Give Olaybar, and of course, about the involvement of Mina Pangandaman. And I'm not surprised because there may be temptations on the side for them, and I cannot conclude anything yet, but it could have happened that way.
Sir, are you saying that you were having these suspicions even while you were DOJ chief pa lang and not when you were ombudsman na? This is before
Yes, because I had disagreements already with the ES because of his nephew, or because of his grandson. I had disagreements already because of his activities, which I found suspicious already way back when they were interfering with too many matters.
So you had clashes with E.S. Lucas Bersamin
Well, we
over...
had a certain disagreement already because there was an incident where I had to question a decision made by their office in releasing appointments not sought by my office, and that became a spark in our relationship that actually kept us far apart already after that.
Pero sir, that's regarding appointments. That's
Yes,
not...
that because the behavior of somebody close to the ES should not be countenanced by anybody, especially that this is relative. So at that time, I just let it go. But I knew already that if there's somebody capable of doing it, it was this guy.
So to be very clear, USEC Adrian Bersamin was already on your radar, but was E.S. Lucas Bersamin also on your radar at that point?
Not really. Not USEC, not Secretary Bersamin.
Okay.
Not the Executive Secretary. But I deemed it a bit of a weakness on his part to allow somebody like Adrian to run around the place, and it was very disconcerting for me to see that because it's hard work. It's hard work as DOJ Secretary. We risk our life every day, and we don't like people like him running around taking liberties with the power that's given to us in their office.
Sir, what about Secretary Pangandaman? You mentioned there may be temptations. I wonder what you mean exactly with that.
No, because,
Did you also have suspicions about Pangandaman, or
Because everything is delegated. Everything is delegated to us, actually. That's the leadership style of the president. And the power given to them to decide on many things may have been tempting, because I did not want to suspect anything until it came to a point I had to think of how these things came to be. Because when Saldico said that matter, said this statement, I said that there must be a semblance of truth to it, but I have to check more. But it's actually the statement of Yusek Bernardo that really stuck to my head. That there may have been a close relationship between Adrian and Trigive and Secretary Pangandaman, if I was correct in that, if I'm correct in that supposition.
Ami, ready?
Ami, I'm
Ano
sorry,
audio?
your audio is still off.
It's actually worse, Ami.
Sorry, Ami, your audio is still not working.
There.
Masama daw eh.
Yan. That's better. Actually, that's better. Go,
Ayan,
go.
okay na?
Go.
Okay,
Okay
go.
na. Ombudsman, actually, there have been observations na dito ba case of nepotism yun that the PLLO, which is directly under the Office of the Executive Secretary, kamag-anak ng Executive Secretary. I mean, is that a valid observation?
Kapag-anak, abo niya si ano?
Ibig ko sabihin, is that a case of nepotism? Bawal yun dun sa Code of Conduct natin eh.
That is something, because he started off as an assistant to the executive secretary, and he just became PLO a few months ago, if I'm not mistaken.
So, lilinawin lang uli namin ha.
Nepotism,
You are
probably.
pursuing-
But
Yeah.
I don't know if that would apply, because he's not a direct descendant.
Yes.
He's not a direct descendant, and probably he's a
Grandnephew.
grandnephew, but probably a relative
Yes.
with a fifth degree of consanguinity. I don't know if that the law would apply to that.
Okay. Okay. Ano kung sakasakali yun? Because ang sabi ni Ping Lacson, nagne-name drop daw si Adrian Bersamin on
Exactly.
the budget
That's my
insertion.
experience with him.
Anong kaso yun? Kung sakasakali? Anong offense yun?
What offense is that? Well, sa graph yan. It will
Graph,
go to
Ibig sabihin,
2019.
kung papailan siya ng
Section
kaso,
3.
yeah, kung papailan siya ng kaso, ano yung magiging kaso against him?
Well, actually, ang unang supposition ko rito is sa conspiracy. Conspiracy to commit plunder.
Wow.
Well,
Okay, so so in the light of what
conspiracy to commit
Panfilo
plunder,
Lacson,
and if not
Yeah.
malversation.
yeah, it's not malversation eh.
It could have been malversation. It could be, depending on the facts that we dig up. But right now, it's evident. It looks like conspiracy to commit plunder.
Conspiracy to commit plunder.
Sir,
Yes.
how grave is conspiracy to commit plunder? I'm sorry, I'm more familiar with
It's
plunder
plunder.
than the
It's plunder.
conspiracy.
It's plunder.
It's
With the
this
conspiracy
plunder.
angle
Okay.
thrown in among people who decided on to took liberties on the money of the people. It's the money of government, but it came from taxpayers. So it's just a conspiracy to defraud the government.
So
That's
it's the
plunder.
same thing. It's just that it's a group effort.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Ombudsman, I understand you're filing the first batch of cases before
We did
the
file a case
Bayan.
already today. The Sandigan Bayan.
Yes. Opo.
Assistant Ombudsman Nico Cravano went to Sandigan Bayan to file the cases today, and it will be raffled off tomorrow. And hopefully, we will get an arrest warrant very soon.
Oo nga.
Sino-sino po yung mga kaso, yung mga kinasuhan?
Saldico, the district engineer of Mindoro Oriental or regional, I don't know who
4B.
among them. The Region 4B. And of course,
Yes.
the incorporators of Sunwest. The incorporators and officers of Sunwest.
Okay.
Malversation, sir?
Malversation, and I don't know if plunder was included. Kasi ano yan eh, we're trying to avoid plunder as much as we can because of the
Yes.
jurisprudence that makes everything
Mahirap.
difficult to convict plunder, convict somebody for plunder. That's why we're trying to stick to malversation. But if need be, we will go to plunder and we will go great lengths to prove the crime, knowing all the jurisprudence that is there, that goes against, that makes it very hard to prove plunder. But I think we still can. We can.
Sir, you only zoomed into that particular area for this set of filings. I mean, Mindoro and Zaldico and San West. Wala pa ho doon sa ibang mga legislators, sa iba pa mga distrito?
Marami na. The work is ongoing, Ed. Marami kaming trabaho ngayon. The DOJ is handling 11 cases. We are handling more cases here. Different stages of the proceedings. But under preliminary investigation, I think we have 9 cases here right now.
And yung sinabi niyo, sir, kay Christian Esguerra that you will file on December 15.
Maybe even before December 15. The Discaya cases are ripe already. They're here. And we expect things to happen very soon.
I guess what most people are interested in is when will the legislators be charged, right? When will the big fish be...
It's just a matter of due process, Regina. We just have to observe due process. We will let them answer first.
Pero-
We have to get their answers. We have to hear their side. And we are already in the process. They will be sent their subpoenas very soon, or order to comment on the charges against them.
Ito yung mga senators and congressmen, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So meaning the December 15 that you mentioned to Christian is not a hard deadline. It could come as
It's not a hard
earlier.
deadline.
Okay.
But the discussion is already to the point where we may request the Congress to increase the number of divisions in the Sandigan Bayan because we expect the courts to be swamped with cases very soon.
Papayag ba yung Congress?
Well, that was one point. Ombudsman Marcelo requested 15 divisions before with enough cases, but he was only given 5 or 7 at that time.
How many are you
And
asking?
yes, the Congress refused to give him the number of divisions that he was requesting at the time. I was also with Ombudsman Marcelo this morning to ask for his point of view and tips to run this very big organization and how to make it run smoothly as a well-oiled machine.
How many additional divisions are you asking for?
Well, I'm looking at 5 more divisions that may be ready to hear these cases. Because the moment that the hearings start and we ask for continuous trial, everybody will be very busy. And the people occupying the courts are only human. They may not be able to stand the rigors of continuous trial all the time. That's why there may be a need for more divisions later on.
Sir, I'm sure you've seen the video messages of Zaldico. In his second part, he was challenging you to file cases against Bongbong Marcos himself. Investigate Bongbong Marcos himself and Martin Romualdez. I understand, of course, he's impeachable. He's an impeachable official, and cases are not just filed against the president. However, I also understand that investigations can be done by the Ombudsman against impeachable officials with the possible purpose of
Motu
supporting an
proprio.
impeachment complaint. And then you had, last night, of course, Amy Marcos with their new set of revelations, which also complicates everything else. My question to you is that, are you looking at conducting any investigation on the president? Is that even in your radar with regard
Well, if we're talking about Zaldico's statement, I cannot give attention to any social media post and say, okay, I believe you, and I'll do your bidding. It doesn't work that way, Ed.
Yes, sir.
You have to have a sworn statement here to tell us what really happened and what role you played and how you found out everything, and you have to swear by it. You cannot do that by social media.
Can you swear by it sa consul? Kasi yun ang sinabi kahapon sa amin ng DOJ.
That can be done. That can be done. But, Ami, you have to be able to ask him searching questions also. We have to be able to notice his deportment and how he conducts himself. That's why face-to-face hearings are required. And you cannot just keep hiding.
Yes.
If you really want to tell the truth, we will protect him. If that's the only case that he's afraid of, we will protect him. We will do everything to protect him. But he has to come home.
But
Yung conspiracy to commit plunder, mas madali siyang mapatunayan kaysa sa actual plunder.
Well, the
Kasi kung
Sandigan
conspiracy
Bayan
pa
will
lang,
be the
plano pa
ones,
lang.
Ami, the Sandigan Bayan will be the one to say whether we were able to prove our case or not. But we will lay everything on the table. And of course, studying all the jurisprudence about plunder, we will make sure that we abide by the rules on plunder and what has been pronounced by the court. But of course, we do not agree with everything that has been said about how plunder should work. Because many of them were just excuses to acquit people more than anything else.
earlier you said... go ahead, Ami.
No, may binanggit kayo today, Ombudsman, that meron kayong pa-file na a contractor na bigger than Saldico. Can you tell us more about it?
Well, no, we're just investigating many of them now. And I don't think it's right to say the names of these people, but we're investigating them.
Earlier, Ombudsman, you said that when you saw the Zaldico video, you thought there must be a semblance of truth in it. What else?
Yes.
What else did you find truthful about
Well,
what he said?
the semblance of truth is with regards to how things are run in the BICAM. Because remember, he was the chairman of the Appropriations Committee. And everything is his call, actually. Everything is his call. But the semblance of truth will come in the way that people deal with the Appropriations Committee. But the semblance of truth will end somewhere. You draw the line. Because discretion is his. That is where we know that things may have happened because of him rather than in spite of him.
I guess to put it bluntly, do you believe the part where he said that it was President Marcos who inserted 100 billion pesos into the budget?
It's illogical. It's illogical. It's out of human experience. It's not something that is easy to believe because knowing the nature of the budget, the NEP is prepared by the President's staff, by the President himself. So I don't think you'd want to be toying with a budget that you already prepared.
But it's also true that he could not have committed all of this by himself.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. He had, I mean, the story of Bernardo rings true regarding how people were able to play with the budget.
And I guess to that,
Kung sakasakali, kung sakasakali he goes to a consulate at doon siya nag-swear doon sa affidavit niya, okay lang ba sa inyo to talk to him by Zoom? To
No.
clarify points kung sakasakali?
No, he has to come home. We want to see his deportment. Ami, human nature yan. Nakatago ka, you can say anything. Pero pag talagang tinanong ka ulit, dapat makita mo kung ano ang kanyang body language. You cannot see it in a flat screen. You see it 3D. Makikita mo siya live, yung talagang deportment ng tao. The body language is important.
But anyway, sir, you have filed already today cases against Zaldico. So I suppose
Yes.
ang susunod dyan
Yes.
would be arrest warrants and then extradition
Why should I
petitions.
listen to him when he's abroad? When I already filed cases against him here? Why does he just obey the law? And subject himself to the process?
Yes, sir. So, sir, tatama ba? I suppose nga the arrest warrants will follow and then a petition for extradition? I suppose that's how
Yes,
it's
we
going to
will
go.
do all campaigns necessary to make him come home. But probably the most painful campaign would be a social media campaign wherever he may be, so that the people there will tell him to go home.
What do you mean, sir?
Kasi if he's in Chile or if he's in South America,
Okay.
we'll go through the social media of that country to make sure that they all know that there's a fugitive by that name going around the country, and we will put his name all over.
there are a lot of reports on social media about his whereabouts. Do you know where he is, Ombudsman?
And it's not anymore as easy as it was before to hide anywhere in the world. Social media will catch you.
Do you know where he is?
Now,
Yes.
I have not asked, but I can find out.
And even
Pero
if there
He was
is
Dadaanin
rumored
niyo
to be
through
going home
Interpol?
yesterday, but I did not believe it.
Dadaanin niyo yan
Ha?
through Interpol, more likely. Kasi kung
Yes,
konti lang naman
yes.
extradition treaties
Yeah.
natin.
Yeah, Interpol is one of them. Interpol
Yeah.
is one option that we have.
At kakancelin yung passport niya, di ba?
Of course,
Pag may case
this
na.
week there's already a pending motion together with the
Yeah.
filing
Okay.
to cancel his passport.
You filed it with the DFA.
No. It's a court order already that we're looking at. Not
Court
anymore
order.
a DFA order. It's a court ordering
Okay.
DFA. Yes.
Oh, it's being filed this
okay.
week.
No, ano na yan?
That's part of
Filed
your
na yan. It's already in court. But it's just filed with the docket division of Sandigan Bayan.
Yeah.
It will be raffled off tomorrow. And after the raffle, the court itself will have to rule on whether to issue a warrant of arrest and to whether or not to cancel his passport.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, I know you have to run, but just very quickly, if I could just cross over to the issue with Senator Bato de la Rosa. Of course, you made a lot of headlines for saying that you already have a copy of the ICC arrest warrant.
Yes.
But when we asked the
Yes.
DOJ and the DFA, wala pa naman daw silang kopya and they don't know where you got yours.
It's a complication with the ICC. But I will stand by my word that there's a warrant. It will arrive officially very soon. I still have my copy, but it cannot be used because it has to be an official transmission.
How? Yeah, exactly. That's what they're waiting on, the official copy.
Yes.
How did you get a hold of your copy so early, sir? I mean,
Well,
because
I cannot burn my source.
they just changed the rules, right? They changed the rules to make arrest warrants secret.
Secret.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a secret document. It says in the
Secret.
document that it's a secret.
Well, let me put it this way, sir. I thought that the government
Secret.
had no desire
That's
to
the
have
way the
anything to do with
ICC
the
works.
ICC.
That's the way that the ICC works. They
Yeah.
don't actually mirror our own judicial system.
Yeah, exactly.
But we have laws that coincide with each other that gives us respect for them, which is international humanitarian law.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. But yeah, I understand, sir, that even from before, government has refused to have anything to do with the ICC on an official basis.
That's only President Duterte, but not all the governments of the Philippines.
So is it fair to say that we are now cooperating with the ICC?
Well, we're doing witness protection for them. If that's when I was DOJ Secretary, we laid down the line that we will help them with the witnesses that they want to protect in the Philippines.
In connection with the drug war.
In connection with the drug war and the case in the ICC.
Okay. So,
Isang pahabol na lang, Ombudsman. May balita
please.
kasi na there will be another senator who might be covered by an arrest warrant. May balita din ba kayong ganon?
Another senator to be covered by another arrest warrant. Wala pa.
Another, second.
Wala pa ako alam. Kung sa ICC galing, wala pa.
wala ka pang early
Kung sa
copy.
ICC. Wala pa
Okay,
akong early
baka
copy.
may
nun.
early copy.
Pero sure ako kay Bato. Sure ako nun.
Pero sir,
okay.
sir, sorry, a bit of a technicality lang. Kasi I remember kay dating Pangulong Duterte, we went through Interpol, not through the
Yes.
ICC but through
Yes.
Interpol. So what's going to trigger any action on the part of government this time with Senator Bato? Are we waiting for
Just
a red
transmission
notice
of the
from-
warrant, Ed.
Sir?
Transmission of the warrant.
Transmission.
Yes, sir.
Because
but,
9851 does not mention Interpol. We can do what has to be done with respect to the warrant issued by the International Tribunal.
When you say we will do what has to be done, really the only option there is surrender, because as we keep
Of
pointing
course,
out, it
of
cannot be
course.
extradition because
Yes.
ICC is a judicial body, not a country. So the only
Exactly.
option there is surrender, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so in short, we will surrender him.
Well, if that's the position of the executive department, I wouldn't disagree with them. Because when I was there, that's what we did. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you,
Thank you, Ombudsman
Ombudsman.
Boying Remulla. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir. We bring you developing news and the stories behind the headlines. Welcome back to Storycon, the Story Conference. I'm Ed Lingao. This Christmas Day, we continue with a special episode on the flood control scandal that has gripped the nation this year. Here are some insights.
We are talking to Prosecutor General Richard Padulyon. Good afternoon, sir. Can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can hear you. Good afternoon to everyone, and thank you for the invitation.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you
Good
for joining us
afternoon
this
po.
afternoon.
I'm Amy.
Good
Ano po?
afternoon, Attorney.
Good afternoon, Sir Ronald.
Sir, everybody's waiting for word on kailan talaga magsasampa ng demanda. What I understand from your statement nung Friday was that you're looking at 5 cases to be filed possibly by middle of December against DPWH officials. I think that's what you said in the Senate. But I suppose a lot of people are also waiting for whether or not you're also filing cases against people in the legislature, whether congressmen or senators.
Yes, sir.
Attorney, anong relasyon dyan nung ginagawa nyo dun sa Ombudsman na sabi kagabi ay sasampahan niya yung kaso specific na mga senador, specific na mga kongresista, at specific na mga kontraktor at saka taga-DPWH sa December 15? Kamusta ba yung coordination nyo diyan sa sinabi ni Ombudsman Remulla kagabi?
Yes, sir. I'll first address the question that was raised by Sir Ed. It's correct po, yung sinabi ko po no Friday during the hearing that we have 5 cases which we are investigating now. These are ghost projects, flood control projects involving DPWH officials from Bulacan District 1. And this is undergoing preliminary investigation right now. Hindi po natin sinasabi na nililimita natin yung ating investigasyon dito lamang sa mga opisyal ng DPWH. Nagkataon lamang po na sa ngayon, wala pa po talagang ebidensya kami na hawak, no, na maglilink doon sa mga proponent from the DPWH officials. We also have to also consider na if you look at the whole story, meron po talagang involvement yan from down, which is DPWH, from the bidding, all the way up to the proponent. But pag titingnan po rin natin, meron na pong mga offenses or crimes na sa tingin namin ay na-consummate even from the level ng DPWH. Kaya inuna na namin isampa ito without prejudice to the results of the evidence gathering that we're doing now insofar as others who are involved. This includes proponents. Doon naman po sa question ni Sir Ronald, we do coordinate with the Office of the Ombudsman. Kaya lamang po, meron po kasing nagpa-file ng kaso directly with the Office of the Ombudsman, katulad po ng ICI, na hindi naman po pinadadaan sa amin. Ang ginagawa po ng Department of Justice, hanggang kaya po at sako po ito ng jurisdiction namin. To say, cases being within the jurisdiction of the Regional Trial Court, we will not wait for instructions from the Ombudsman. We will really start investigating them. But for purposes of coordination, we refer it to them just so that there will be no duplicity insofar as the cases which are being investigated. Ngayon, kung kami naman po ay bibigyan ng Ombudsman ng deputation, as in this case, we were deputized to conduct the PI for the 5 cases, itutuloy po namin yan at kung ano man ang maging resulta ng aming investigasyon, ay subject pa rin po yan ng approval ng ating Ombudsman.
Sir, balikan ko lang sabi niyo po, wala pang ebidensyang hawak kayo na magli-link sa proponents sa mga DPWH officials. I think that's what I heard you say. Yung sinabi po nila dun sa, under oath dun sa Kongreso at Senado where they were basically testifying against self-interest and linking all these other legislators. Hindi pa ho yun tatayo sa isang kaso?
Well, sir, if you're asking me if it is considered or it may be considered as evidence, yes, it may be considered as evidence. But the question is it sufficient to meet the quantum of evidence to get a conviction, which is proof beyond reasonable doubt? Kaya po ang ginagawa po ng department ngayon, hindi po basta lamang na dahil may binanggit na pangalan, sampahan na kaagad natin ang kaso. Dahil even all these revelations, even all these disclosures made in statements are still subject to validation. And it has to be accompanied by something that can corroborate it. Para pagdating po sa husgado, mas matibay po yung tayo ng kaso. Hindi lamang po siya for the purpose of filing, but it's something that can withstand the rigors of trial and kaya po nating abutin hanggang dulo na meron pong maparusahan at meron pong ma-hold accountable.
And so, itong
Attorney.
first batch of cases that you are filing, what specific charges will these be? Malversation, narinig naman yung malversation from former Justice Secretary Justice Secretary Boying Remulla. What else?
malversation, there's direct bribery, violation of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Law, ma'am. So far, that's what we have. But also, we can already inform you that apart from these cases which are undergoing preliminary investigation, we have cases which are already being evaluated by our prosecutors. However, these are not yet docketed as cases for PI. These are for evaluation. Para tingnan po kung sapat na po yung nag-gather na ebidensya ng NBI at ito po ay pwede nang gumalaw at mag-move forward into a preliminary investigation.
Attorney,
Opo.
lumabas na sa lungga si Elizalde ko, no? Kung sakasakali, kasi sabi niya he's claiming threats to his life. Kung sakasakali, pwede bang magpadala lang siya from abroad ng affidavit signed tungkol dan sa mga statement niya? Kasi lahat naman sinasabi. Bali wala naman niya sinasabi mo unless you submit a sworn statement. Pwede bang kahit nasa abroad siya, padala lang ng affidavit signed, properly notarized, yung hindi peking notary ha, para lang ibigay yung side niya? Pwede ba yun?
Well, it's something that can start off the investigation as long as it is something which should probably be apostilled or executed and notarized before a consulate in the country where he is. Then that's something that can start the ball rolling insofar as looking into his allegations po. Kasi tulad po ng binanggit ko kanina, Ma'am Amy, hindi po ibig sabihin na dahil sa may mga pinangalanan at may mga aligasyon doon, agad-agad ito po ay magiging basihan na ng kaso. Kailangan po tingnan natin kung kaya po itong makorroborate at kaya po itong mabalidate.
So sa prosecutor siya muna pupunta, no? Yung statement niya. Kasi yung ibang mga sinabi niya, kailangan, I think you will need siguro a law enforcement agency to investigate, di ba? Ipapasa niyo ba sa kanila or you will be coordinating kung sakasakali lang? Nasa inyo ipadala.
Ang binanggit po sa pagkakaalala ko dun sa mga napanood kong video na pinadala ni former congressman ko, may mga binabanggit po siya ng mga opisyalis ng pamahalaan. And considering that these are salary grade 27 and above, this would have to be forwarded, whatever his statement is, to the Office of the Ombudsman for purposes of validation. And then, ang Ombudsman na po ang magpapadala dun sa kanilang parang field investigation office to try and validate po itong mga sinasabi ni former congressman po.
I
Nakamute
think
ka.
Ronald is on mute. Ronald, I think you're on mute.
Ronald, nakamute ka.
In relation sa sinabi ni Ami, halimbawa pumunta siya sa isang consulate or embassy at doon siya maglalabas, pipirma sa isang sworn testimony.
Opo.
Posible ba siyang hulihin o i-detain ng ating consulate or embassy? Baka yun kasi baka takot siya na gawin yun. Assured ba siya na hindi siya huhulihin kung sakali?
Sa ngayon po, wala pong basihan para hulihin siya. Kasi remember, sir, there is no case which is filed against him yet. So it will not be considered a fugitive such that if he goes to the embassy, which is considered also part of Philippine soil, the Philippine laws can be extended and implemented. So, ang purpose lamang po nun is para pumasok siya sa jurisdiction ng ating mga authorities. Kaya natin sinasabi na siguro kailangan niyang magpakita doon sa embasiya natin, sa kung anong bansa man siya naroon. Pero kung dun sa tanong niyo, Sir Ronald, kung pwede na siyang hulihin, sa tingin ko po sa ngayon wala pa. Kung wala pa naman pong kaso na isasampa laban sa kanya, at kung wala naman pong warrant of arrest that was probably issued by a competent court, whether the Sandigan Bayan or the Regional Trial Court.
Speaking of sworn testimonies, sir, ano na po yung balita dun sa investigation nyo into the testimony of Orly Guteza? Last we heard the DOJ was investigating it upon the orders of the Manila Trial Court that found that it was falsified. What did you guys find?
Well, as it is right now, ma'am, no, we have to, yung kasing order po ng husgado, which to date, I have not seen yet. We have requested for a copy already. Will be forwarded to the National Bureau of Investigation. Kasi kailangan pong suriin doon kung ano po ang maaaring isang pangkaso labang doon sa mga tao na most likely nag-falsify noong document na yon. At sila po ay magagawa ng investigation bago po yan maisampa or mapadala sa Department of Justice. Now, remember also that Orly Guteza was never investigated by the Department of Justice before. he came out only in the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing. He did not make any mention that he was asking for any protection. So there was no coordination that was made with the Department of Justice, particularly the Witness Protection Program. So ang alam lang po namin tungkol kay Mr. Gutesa, yun pong salaysay niya na sinasabi ng husgado, peke yung notaryo na nagnotaryo ng dokumento.
Oh, to this date, you haven't received the court order. Ang tagal na nun. That was a few weeks ago.
Yes, ma'am. We've seen unofficial copies already. So nagpapakuha na kami sa husgado para na sa ganun maipadala sa NBI, no? For purposes of them starting or to look into the investigation, do an investigation on the alleged falsification.
Sir,
Attorney, sabi ni Justice Secretary John Vic, iimbestigahan niyo daw ng DOJ yung mga possible seditious statements kagabi doon sa People Power Monument. Meron bang anything new there? Baka may update kayo para sa amin.
I saw that also in the news, Ma'am Amy, pero wala po akong nalalaman pa ngayon na nire-refer sa amin for purposes of investigation. Alam ko po, we did have a coordination meeting with the law enforcement agencies, the PNP, for purposes of preparations for the rallies dahil sa una-una po gusto nating matiyak na tahimik, payapa ang magiging pagpupulong at pagtitipon dahil iniiwasan po natin yung maulit yung nangyari po noong September 21 where there were forces who intervened, no, and caused some trouble. So bago po nangyari yung rally nitong INC, ay nagpatupad na po nagpulong nga po kami at pinababantayan lang namin, pinasisiguro namin na maging payapa yung rally. Now, as far as monitoring the statements, I think that's part of law enforcement duties or law enforcement responsibility na kung sakasakali po sa tingin nila, meron po silang basihan para magsampa ng kaso sa amin, amin naman pong titingnan nito at susuriin bago tayo magdesisyon kung meron po talaga may sasampang kaso sa husgado.
pero sir, as the country's chief prosecutor, can you tell us in simple layman's language, ano yung mga elements that would constitute sedition? Article 139. Pero, exactly what are we looking at? Ano yung what would tick the boxes?
Well, if you have statements which would try to induce the public to rise up against government, no, to take arms against government, and probably to take measures, no, to overthrow the government or unseat the government, I think this would fall under that category and would be basis for the possible filing of cases for sedition.
Yes, sir.
Or sedition.
I asked that kasi so far, what we've heard mostly so far are, people calling for people in government to resign.
Yes.
Would that fall under sedition or inciting to sedition?
Sa akin po, sa pananaw ko, sir, hindi pa naman siya papatak doon sa punto na tawag nito.
Tumultuous,
Yes. So, kasi pagpapahayag po ng kanilang opinyon, pagpapahayag po ng kanilang mga hinaing, at titingnan din po kasi natin ano bang pinanggagalingan itong mga binibitawang salita nitong mga tao nito. Well, sabi nga natin, ito po'y dala ng galit at probably dissatisfaction with itong mga flood control projects. Siyempre, lalo po hong naha-highlight yan with all the calamities that we're facing. People's emotions really get stirred. But if you're talking about inciting to sedition, ang sinasabi po kasi nito is you encourage people to resist, rebel, or cause public disorder, no? Na so far naman sa nakikita natin, let's say for example, yung rally ng INC, well, these are mostly people talking, pero wala pa ho akong nakikita na nagbigay ng pahayag na sinasabi na dapat alisin na natin sa pagkakaupo kung sino mang mga nasa pwesto sa ngayon.
How about calls, attorney? Calls for the military to withdraw support?
Well, that's
Kasi
something.
sinisigaw na yan sa EDSA. Sinisigaw na ng mga UPI at saka nung may SUG. No? At directly, sumisigaw na sila na pabagsakin ng gobyerno.
Well, in that instance, that's a different story altogether, Sir Ronald. Kasi, syempre, yung ganyan, alam natin na the military, the head of the military is the president, being the commander-in-chief. And
Yes.
when you're asking the military to practically withdraw its support as against the president, it already means that you're trying to unseat a sitting president simply because you want the issues that you want to be addressed immediately. So yung sa tingin ko, sa pananaw ko, yung ganong klaseng mga aksyon na tinatawagan yung military at sinasabi na i-withdraw yung support, that is a more serious pronouncement than any speech which is given just because galit yung tao or mas maanglog sa mga nangyayari sa ngayon.
Pero sir, just calling on the military to withdraw support, that to you is already bordering on inciting to sedition? Is that already a tumultuous uprising that would be chaotic?
Kasi ang mangyayari po niyan is when you encourage others through words, through writings, no, to rebel against or cause public disorder, what will happen if, for example, the military withdraws its support from the sitting government? Hindi ho ba magkakagulo yan? Para mo nang sinasabi na tanggalin mo na yung suporta mo dyan sa nakaupong mga opisyal dahil sa hindi na namin gusto yung kanilang ginagawa at kailangan po silang ma-unseat. All I'm saying is that this is a more serious call than people just making speeches or ranting or talking about the ongoing disappointments as a result of the flood control projects. Kasi it stirs hatred already. It stirs hatred in the eyes of the people who are in attendance in these rallies, sir.
And sir. Pero sir, at the very least, sir, what actions or what elements would tick the boxes and be actionable as far as the prosecution service is concerned?
Well, ang tawag nito, kung halimbawa pong hindi na po napapayagan or for example, government is no longer allowed to perform the functions that it's supposed to perform on a daily basis, that's one matter that we have to look into. If people already try to instigate others to start public disorder, that's something also that should be looked into and should be strongly considered. And, well, yun na nga, kung halimbawang sinasabi natin yung maliban sa mga chance, I think those two are the ones which would be considered something which is more serious than any other allegation or any other chance which would be made.
May element of disruption and possible violence. Yan ang sinasabi nyo.
Yes, ma'am.
Hindi lang basta salita.
Hindi lang po basta salita, Ma'am Amy, kasi tawag nito, this has to be coupled with this has to be coupled also with overt acts, no, which can be the basis for whatever criminal action that may be filed.
Okay. Isa na lang, pahabol ko lang, attorney. Kumusta yung mga iniimbestigahan ninyong mga local officials na umalis sa Pilipinas noong panahon ni Tino sa Kauwan? Any update on them? Di ba may balak daw kayong kayo ba nag-handle nun? Baka may balak daw kayo na filean yun eh.
Are you referring to the officials who were out of the country or flew out of the country?
Yes, so sa inyo naka-refer yun? May any update on that?
Hindi po. This is a pronouncement made by the DILG Secretary, ma'am.
Yeah, DILG, oo.
Opo. Kasi tinitingnan po dyan yung possible administrative
Pero hindi pinasa sa DOJ yun?
Kung administrative lamang po ang kanilang tinitingnan, then it will have to be the DILG that will handle that. Pero kung meron po itong kaakibat na sabihin nating violation ng probably revised penal code, then yan po ay ma-refer po sa prosecution office.
Okay, so wala sa DOJ ha? Wala pa sa DOJ?
Wala pa po. We just heard the calls and I think DILG is continuously doing its investigations as far as those who left the country po.
Okay.
Sir, konting review lang sir, para lang klaro, tama ho ba yung paghihibay ng jurisdiction ninyo versus the Ombudsman is yung salary grade 27? Yun ho ba yung cut-off?
Hindi po, hindi lang po salary grade 27, Sir Ed. Bali po, if the party who is being charged is salary grade 27 and above, if the offense is committed in relation to the performance of his functions,
Opo.
and if the case is among those cognizable by the Sandigan Bayan, dapat po sa ombudsman po
Ombudsman
yan.
na.
Pero wala pong makapagpipigil sa ombudsman kung gusto po nilang i-deputize ang Department of Justice for the purpose of conducting the preliminary investigation and or yung tinatawag nating possible prosecution kung darating na po tayo sa husgado.
But as a general rule, if it's beyond salary grade 27 in
That's the
performance of their
ombudsman.
duties, wala hong ano doon yung prosecution service.
Wala po. Sabi ko nga po, it would fall within the primary jurisdiction of the ombudsman, pero pwede po nila kaming i-deputize. Halimbawa na lamang po niyan is yung kaso po ng former President Erap Estrada. Although the case that was filed was for plunder, initially the case was referred to the Department of Justice for the conduct of the preliminary investigation po. And the prosecution was also handled by the Department of Justice.
Sir, yung 27, ano rango yun? That's congressman up or ano?
Yes, sir. Congressman, hindi lang ako tiyak, sir, kung ang mayor, parang ang mayor yata is, hindi ko alam kung
Should be below
26 lang siya or 27.
27. Oo.
Okay.
Before we let you go, sir, just wanted to get a quick update on the case ni Senator Bato de la Rosa. Has the DOJ received the alleged arrest warrant from the ICC? And if you do get it, even if you don't have it now, what's the DOJ gonna do here? Kasi of course, there's complicating factors, not least of which is the petition that he filed before the Supreme Court questioning the legality of the arrest of former President Duterte. So how will you handle all of that?
To answer your first question, ma'am, if there is anything definite already insofar as the warrant of arrest, wala pa po. Up to now, we have not seen a copy. We have not received a copy of the warrant of arrest coming from the ICC. Ngayon, kung halimbawa naman po na dun sa punto ng what if in the event we do receive it, what action will the department take? Well, there are views that we should do the same thing that was done with the arrest of the former president. But, syempre, again, if you ask me, the circumstances then are different from the circumstances now. At that time when former President Duterte was arrested and brought to The Hague, wala pa ho itong mga petisyon na ito eh. Ito po mga petisyon na to ay finally Senator Bato, I think, if I'm not mistaken, because he also had this feeling na baka mamaya lumabas nga yung warrant para sa akin, no? It would not really serve the purpose of the former president, but more of Senator Bato. Having said that, considering that the case is now before the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court has not yet acted on it, I would deem it best that we await the decision of the Supreme Court on the matter para definitive ho tayo sa kung anong aksyon ang pwede nating kunin. Meron pong nagsaad na sinasabi hindi na pwedeng gawin yung dati because of yung extradition. Pero this is a position that the department does not agree with for the simple reason na nakasaad po sa 9851, yung sa International Humanitarian Law, that there are really two options which are available. One is extradition, the other one is surrender. So to constrict government by saying that extradition is the only track, I think is premature up until then or up until when the Supreme Court decides on the petition which is pending before it.
Join us again tomorrow at 4 p.m. for Storycon, the Story Conference. I'm Ed Lingao. Kapatid, we are one news, all sides, all the time. Have a Merry Christmas.